the best way to handle the high ball backhand is to do the scissor kick backhand, or sometimes known as the jackknife backhand. And before we get into what exactly a scissor kick backhand is, let's get into why exactly a high ball backhand is tough to execute. And here I'm performing this high ball backhand here, and it's tough to execute obviously because of that high ball. But what's being stressed here? What's being stressed on the high ball? And it's your front shoulder. Your front shoulder on your backhand side is being stressed. And it's being stressed because that your shoulder here, your front shoulder, it doesn't have that reach on that backhand side. Say versus on your forehand side where you could pretty much move your right arm everywhere, right? On my backhand side, you can't really reach or extend your right arm very high. And if this ball goes behind you here, you have pretty much less reach. So on your forehand side, right, if it goes a little late, goes a little behind you, you could still kind of reach for that ball. Backhand side, it's very tough. So your front shoulder is being stressed a lot on those high balls. And so what exactly is a scissor kick backhand? So here I'm about to perform that scissor kick backhand. And as you notice here, the first part is that my front leg here, my right leg, is straight up. It's straight up. It's not quite locked in, right? But it is upright. And that's the first thing you need to have on that scissor kick backhand. You need to be really standing up on that right leg. And the actual kick part of the scissor kick is what's happening with the left leg. And so as you watch, as I try to perform this scissor kick backhand, I'm going straight up to contact, and I'm kicking a little bit on my left leg, and while keeping my right leg upright. So that kick is coming from the left leg, and really I'm using my lower part of my body here just as leverage so that I can reach up and drive that ball on my backhand side. And this is what's great about the scissor kick backhand. You can remain offensive. This is not a defensive shot. You can remain offensive on the scissor kick backhand. You can drive balls. You can perform this approach shot here. What I'm doing here, I could drive it in, right, and come up to the net. The scissor kick backhand maintains your offense. You don't have to be in neutral mode, or you don't have to play defensive on these high balls. The scissor kick backhand allows you to remain offensive and drive those balls back. Now, is the scissor kick backhand the same as a jumping backhand? The same as what Denis Shapovalov does with his flashy jumping backhands? And that is a no. The scissor kick backhand is not a jumping backhand. And maybe the jumping backhand is a close cousin, but there is a big difference. So here's Daniel here, and he hit this kind of lob, heavy topspin lob here. And I'm about to do this scissor kick backhand again. And let's get a closer look at what happens here. So as I'm about to hit, I'm actually leaving the ground a little bit here as I hit this backhand. But I am not jumping into it. This is not a jumping backhand. This is still a scissor kick backhand. My right leg is still upright here. My left leg really kicks out there. And it's pretty much one motion with the scissor kick backhand, right? This is just really one motion. With a jumping backhand, you're jumping up to contact point and then hitting it. It's really two motions. The scissor kick is actually using your legs a lot more. You're really using that as leverage to hit that backhand, to drive it through, while the jumping backhand, you're not really using your legs that much into the stroke. You're using your legs to jump up, yes, to get up to the contact point, but that's pretty much it. And then you hit a regular backhand. And that's what Denis Shapovalov does with his jumping backhands. Obviously a very flashy shot. He's a shot maker. But those two shots, the scissor kick backhand and the jumping backhand, are quite different. So have the scissor kick backhand in your arsenal. Those high ball backhands, that's a very common weakness for many players, but what are you going to do when a high ball backhand comes your way? Are you going to remain defensive? Are you going to let that ball push you back? Are you going to just slice it or try to hide that weakness of yours and try to run around it and do forehands all the time? That's not quite practical. Sometimes you're going to have to drive that ball with your backhand, and the only way to do that is to do that scissor kick backhand. And it's really just utilizing your legs more. It's not really about changing your actual backhand mechanics. You're utilizing your legs to really drive up and letting that upper body do its thing. So practice that scissor kick. And in actuality, players like Novak Djokovic and Kei Nishikori and many other players with great backhands, they utilize that actual scissor kick, that left leg to kick out on regular backhands. So you don't really need the high ball to do the scissor kick. So use the scissor kick backhand, practice the scissor kick backhand, and your backhand will be a weapon. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.